Round 2 of CMAX Premier League softball coming to you from Gunnerland, Adelaide Plains at West Beach. Magnificent day for softball. See not only one but 3 games today, so sit back, relax. We've got your afternoon covered with Premier League softball action. That is Sophie King leading things off for the Walkerville Cats with a single up the middle. It's James Harris here and alongside me for this big clash between Sturt and Walkerville. Kath, coral medalist and national champion Lana Kaysler, as well as Softball SA Life member and all-round nice guy, Mr. Lee Hull. Welcome, team.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be back. It's good to be back on the mic. It's good to see a beautiful sunny day here at West Beach.
Certainly is. Nice to see both of you. Oh, tricky, wasn't it?
That's Erin Stone.
Yep.
Tries to lay down the sack bunt to advance King. It goes foul. Sometimes you see those rail the line and come back in, but not this time.
There have been some cheeky occurrences of that in the past, so good choice there by Tash Straps at first to leave that.
Which is that one on the outside edge. Yeah, I just mentioned it. 3 games being broadcast today. We'll rotate through the commentators, and great to have you on board, Lana, for your first game of the season.
Yeah, it was awesome to be able to see these two teams clash together and obviously be on the mic for it. It's nice to be back and watching good softball here in South Australia, and yeah, it's...
Well, both these teams were winners last week, Lee.
Yes, they were. Sturt got over West Torrens in the end 5-4.
I think it was Glenelg. Bunt laid down and goes foul again.
Sorry, West Torrens got over Port Adelaide, correction. Yep. West Torrens got over Port Adelaide 5-4, and then Sturt tidied up Glenelg 11-zip. There was no hits in that game, courtesy of the New South Wales 5-star pitcher Chantel Ladner.
King takes off on the pitch, but goes foul, so she'll return to first. Yep, so we've got a new pitcher for the Falcons, Ruby Fidge. Might sound familiar to some.
It does. It runs in the family, the whole family of pitchers, aren't they? Or were.
I think you'll find the mother was a catcher.
Yeah.
Erin Stone goes down looking on a change of pace.
She still fancies herself as a pitcher, like your charming wife, Jordan.
No,
always
she does not.
told me.
She does not think that at all.
She does, Jordan. Always told me. Didn't she, Lana? She's a teammate of yours. You back me up here because it's true.
She talks the talk. She does not walk the walk.
That's it.
Let's get back to this action here. Alicia Peters is a new name for Premier League, CMAX Premier League viewers. Alicia Peters out of the USA, playing for Walkerville. She did play last week, got a hit, Lee.
Yes, she did.
Fouls off this one, hitting in the 3 spot. Walkerville have had a rich history of American pitchers. Had some success as well, from Chelsea Cohen, who was a Kath Coral medalist, to Jessie Dressick, who was a premiership pitcher, as well as, who am I forgetting? It's game one. Give me a break. Gabby Schneider, of course. Belle White.
Look at that arm. Beaten by the arm only then.
Just picks it up off the deflection from the third base, Neve Adams. We might go around the field in a moment if we can, but that is 2 out. Sophie King does advance over to second base. Sophie Roberts is the new hitter. She's going to join us in commentary this season, Sophie Roberts. We put the call out for some more female commentators, and Sophie Roberts come a-calling. She did some work with us during the under-23 nationals and sounded great, so I'm glad she put her hand up.
And that's the problem when you're hitting that side of the diamond against Sturt, isn't it? You've got 2 gun arms, Neve Adams and Belle White. You just got to be running on your bike.
Roberts goes opposite field and foul. Yeah, just quickly around the diamond, Ruby Fidge pitching to Sarah Tonkin, Tash Straps at first, Rachel Tonkin at second, Neve Adams at third, Belle White at shortstop, and the outfield left to right, Steph Collett against her old side, Walkerville. At left field, Jessie Keach, centre, and Indigo Beck de Silva at right field. First start for a new club. Roberts goes again, gets one on the inside. King just stumbles, turning third, a single to Roberts.
Good hit.
That's actually a good piece of coaching by Coach Stansfield at third base. holding up Sophie King, not sending her there. It would have been a close play at the plate, and I reckon the arm of Colette through Bell White probably would have had her at the plate. So smart to keep a couple base runners on and see if they can keep rallying some runs through with the one and only Karen Dale, who is a clean-up hitter.
And doesn't she love this clean-up position? Karen, you watch. She'll hit the ball right centre, probably over Rachel's head, I would suggest. Rachel Tonkin at second base. That's where she likes to hit, and she's really good with runners on base, as you mentioned, Lana.
Have you ever played against a niece or a nephew in a sporting forum?
No.
We've got that here, this
Yes.
matchup right here.
Yep.
Ruby Fidge to Karen Dale.
Niece to auntie.
I think she's taking it easy on her as well with that swing. Just fouls it off, stays alive in the count.
Knowing Karen as I do, she is not taking it easy on anybody.
She never did on Ruby's sister, Millie.
No, that was a challenge for her. Something to talk about over Christmas dinner or something.
Here's a look at the 1-3 split.
Well, there it
Walkerville
goes.
has a ground ball to Tonkin. She decides not to tag. Plays first for the ground out. So 2 runners left aboard for Walkerville in their first inning in their clash against Sturt. 2 really good hits as well to Sophie King and Sophie Roberts.
Sturt did well to get all of those outs in that inning as well. Obviously a standout play from Bell White to get Alicia Peters out on that to stop that rally. But no, doing the basics well, getting out of that inning, and hopefully they would be aiming to get on the board, I would say, in this bottom of this dig.
Yep. Leroy, if you could take us around the umpires, thanks to MK Services SA.
Thank you, James. On plate, it's Michael the Flex Bendall, Peter Shoes Anyone Fairly, and the hyphenator Steve Wallace Yarrow at third.
Now, you might be able to tell on the broadcast the umpires wearing black armbands in a sign of respect, and before the game there was a minute's silence for the passing of Scott Rhineflesh, a Softball Australia Hall of Famer, a Softball New South Wales legend, as a coach and as an umpire, passed away during the week. So thoughts to the Rhineflesh family, a famous name around softball circles.
Certainly is. Here. Endorse those remarks, James.
So just around the diamond as well for us, Leroy?
Yes. Pitching, it's Michaela Yankovic to Sophie Roberts. At first base, Karen Dale. Second base is Erin Stone. Third base, Alicia Peters. Shortstop, Sophie King. And from left to right in the outfield, Steph Goal, Lisa Yanchik, and Erin Reid.
Obviously a notable
name missing,
out. Yeah, notable out. You read my mind. Not surprisingly. Notable out is Chelsea Robinson, who I believe gets back in around 4 days, and I'm sure she'll be watching from the Netherlands, where she's currently playing overseas, but I think she's pretty keen to jump back into that Walkerville uniform, as well as potentially the Stars uniform later in the Nationals. So we have a shout out to Chelsea. Can't wait to see you home for a couple beers.
Michaela Yankovic is the pitcher for Walkerville. Sarah Tonkin's leading off. Yeah, a few South Australians have been over to the Netherlands, had a couple of stints over there.
Yourself included.
Yeah.
And Lana.
Yeah. It's a good place to go and get some off-season experience, that's for sure. They're a very competitive league.
So you both weren't there at the same time, were you? Lana, you and James?
Yeah, I travelled over there and we watched the Women's World Championships together, and then I played the Men's European Cup the following week, which we took home the gold medal for. Thanks for asking.
Not surprising.
With you both being there, does that constitute being a double Dutch?
There was a quadruple, actually. We had Jasmine Lee and
former Falcon, yeah.
And Jordan Lambert at the time, both of them playing for my club, DVH.
Yeah.
DVH.
Amstelveen.
Amstelveen. We never quite got the hang of that.
I've only been there as a tourist, Amsterdam. It's the place I wouldn't be going back to in a hurry. It's just...
I thought it was magnificent.
I think it's quite pretty.
One of my favourite places on the
planet. It just can't compete with Salzburg in Austria with me. Sorry.
Now that we've gone around the world, let's come back to West Beach.
Tonkin gets after this one. It's a pop-up to left side and a good catch taken out there by Steph Gall for the first out.
Off the bat, that looks like a bit of a moon ball, to be honest, but she just dipped under a little bit there, but a good catch at left field by Steph Gall.
Unusual for Sarah. It's usually up the middle with pace, isn't it? Sarah's shot. She's a powerful hitter of the ball.
She is.
We go to Rachel Tonkin.
This girl impresses me, Rachel. Every time I see her, every game I see, she brings in runs, gets on base, works hard. And she's usually batting at number 9, but she's been elevated with Maddie not being in there today.
Of course, Maddie Cameron, yep. She got a couple of hits last week, Maddie Cameron. Not much of an off-season and just comes in, couple of hits, first game, no worries.
Stock standard.
She's not the best outfielder in the country for no reason, and hopefully we see her back for the Falcons in a couple of weeks. Next week?
You'd think so.
Okay. Next week. Good change of pace from Yankovic.
She's looking strong in the circle.
Yeah, I think so too. It's I saw a little bit of her in the fully loaded competition, and she spearheaded the winning team, the Angels.
Right.
She looked very good, looked sharp. Looks like she's picked up a couple of Ks, I reckon, in the off-season as well. That one flying past Tonkin a little late on it, but enough to keep her alive.
Yeah, it looks like she's definitely also been working on her spin work as well. Just being able to pop up or jam some of the hitters.
Another change of pace, gets enough on it. That's Alicia Peters over at third base, like a shark off of third, and fires it across to Dale for the second out. There's a look at the CMAX replay. Want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time? Log on to cmax.com.au. Great play. There's another look at Peters. She looks sharp, doesn't she?
Quick release on the ball too.
Does a little bit of pitching as well. So if Yankovic needs relief, you might look to Peters.
Yeah, in a third base position, for everyone out there, you need to be alert. I mean, Lana, you've played most of your career so far at third base. It's a place you just can't drop off to sleep.
No,
otherwise, the next one's coming at you.
Absolutely, and the runners just keep getting faster and faster, so...
Yep.
Bit of a shortstop though now, aren't you, Lana?
Oh, look, I dabble when I have to. Just a team player, you know? Just get put where I need to. It's all the same, isn't it? Apart from second base, to be honest. Don't know how anyone plays there.
A bit of humility wouldn't go astray right now.
The ball coming off the other side of the bat, you know, it comes at you a bit.
base?
Yeah, it's second base. Comes at you a bit different.
It is weird.
Yeah. I filled in at a training and I said, never again.
Neve Adams is in the box for the Falcons. She's fouled one off, and Yankovic goes up and out of the zone. Got the experience Roberts catching.
Sorry, a lot of third base players make good catches as well. You used to catch too as a young player. Yeah.
Correct. I feel like most people who do play third base in this competition catch or have caught. Yeah.
Yeah, because Sarah Tonkin's also a very good third base player.
So
not that she gets to play there now, but
yeah, Neve Adams, Sophie Roberts.
Yep.
Basically all of them. Although Sophie Hoyle used to be a pitcher, so that one goes without saying.
I must have missed it, Soph, sorry.
Really good mixes of pace here by Yankovic.
Oh, comes in with a quick one. Adams good enough to foul that one off, stays alive in the count. It doesn't feel like the game's got out of first gear yet, has it? Like both teams have been able to get bat on ball. Both teams have made some good plays. Dust hasn't settled yet, has it?
No, it's just testing.
Again, fouls it off.
It'll be interesting to see how Walkerville go positional-wise when Chelsea Robinson gets back. Will she go behind the dish? Although Sophie Roberts did really well last week, hit a big ding-dong over the fence as well. Will she drop into shortstop where she played for a national title? Who knows?
Well, I don't think they'll take Peters away from third. I think that's her preferred position.
And Chelsea's been a bit of a chameleon, hasn't she? She's been able to change positions throughout the years. Hayley Benithan did a little bit of catching before she went over to the States for some college ball, which freed up Chelsea to go out to shortstop. Adams.
Oh, my God.
Just stayed in the count well,
great
gets a good
effort.
hit. Gall does well to knock it down. Good aggressive running from Adams to arrive at 2, so runner in scoring position for the dangerous Bell White.
That was a great effort by Steph Gall at left field. We're seeing on the replay now her glove was just in the wrong position there, but picks it up and makes a really good play to second base. Neve really just sort of made it in there, so great backing up as well by Jancic at centre field.
And the main thing was Steph, she kept the ball in front of her, kept it in the area.
Yep. But a very good hit nonetheless.
Yep. Oh, it's power. Powerful girl, Neve.
Early days, Lee, but are you putting on Bell White, bringing up Tash Straps, who's sitting in the on-deck circle?
Yes. I'm not letting people like her or Cameron bat when I have the choice.
Let her
The
bat.
choice is now. Oh, you say that because you...
Let her bat. Make her do something.
Couple of hits last week in round 1, including, well, you said it before, Lana, a ding-dong.
Big ding-dong. Yep.
So there was 2 hit out the park in round 1, was there?
She hit a grand slam, I think. I think she hit a grand salami. No big deal.
But the point is, when you put somebody on it also frustrates them as a batter. You know, they want to hit the ball. That's what they want to do, especially class players like her.
Well, just off the end of the bat, so Sophie King's got to play here. Bell
It's a run.
Great
beats
running.
it out. The run actually does score from 2. Neve Adams, she didn't let up. King took it on the backhand side. It's a bit soft underfoot there. We got a lot of rain during the week. Let's have a look at the CMAX replay. Throw wasn't too bad. Dale had to stretch it out, so just didn't go right for the Cats on that occasion. Looked like Bell may have even beaten it out. So great view from the CMAX replay, thanks to Spacequake Sports.
It was a good pitch, wasn't it?
Really great two out base running by Neve as well. She did not turn off the gas when she was coming to third base, so really, really good from her to be able to score.
Well, that one gets away from Roberts. White makes her way up to 2, so Tash Straps with a runner in scoring position now. Interesting to see turning circle of Belinda White. She just slipped as she rounded 2, and we saw Sophie King do that when she was rounding 3. So, like I said, bit soft underfoot the diamond today with 2 runners slipping over already. Tash Straps with a good shot to left field, Steph Gall. Belinda White will score from 2, so back-to-back shots.
Really, really good team hitting from the Sturt Falcons today. They're seeing good pitches. They're obviously communicating about what they're getting as well. And they're just waiting for a strike that they want to hit. They're not chasing, although some people really have had to battle on 2 strikes when there's been a change of pace, but they've done really well to hold their hands and turn on that inside pitch.
Yeah, 2 down batting it is, and it's very good. And this is Sturt's game, isn't it? They'll get some runs early, then they'll just tighten up on you.
Yep.
Here's Jesse
Play the game
Keach.
out.
Like a boa constrictor.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Or some large snake, whatever.
Here's Jesse Keach. Back from a season abroad.
Strong little girl, this girl, Jessie Keach. She can reach the fence, I can tell you.
Playing in a junior college.
By the looks of it, by the looks of social media, had an amazing time too, which I think everybody does when they head over, either overseas or to the States to get some more experience. Not a lot of them come back.
Well, here's Jessie. Was selected in the Junior Spirits team to play in the Junior Women's World Championships in Peru. Pop up to Alicia Peters for the 3rd out. Yeah, poor thing, didn't get to go. The Softball Australia decided not to send a team due to the COVID quarantining requirements, and so our team of girls missed out on that. A couple of girls from South Australia missed out on that trip, but Jessie, one of them. But there you go, retires the side. So a couple of 2 out unearned runs to the Falcons. Gee, they hurt, don't they?
They do, and even though that's only a 2-run inning, it's still a lead that Walkerville have to now chase. So they've really got to start turning like the Falcons did on Yankovic. They've got to start turning on this ball on Ruby Fidge.
Lee, we mentioned in Fully Loaded, I know you watch every week, but we mentioned that 4 runs in Fully Loaded is about par per inning. What are you looking to score here in the CMAX Premier League? You want to get a run an inning? Is that enough?
I think so. I think so. Against a side like Sturt, as I said, they can get a handful of runs early, and then they'll just shut the game down. You just can't get back into the game.
And they scored, 11 against Glenelg?
Yeah. And
did they do the damage early, or?
Yeah, it's all the way through. It's 58 minutes it went, the game, so tells you a story, doesn't it?
Under an hour, okay.
Yeah, and no safe hits against them. So Chantel Ladner was at her best, you would think.
Quite dominant.
Won't be the first New South Wales player we see in Adelaide this season. I'm led to believe the Hills have one as well, and it's a notable name, so we'll wait until she plays before we start mentioning her. But,
Secret squirrel.
Yeah. It's not for me to say who's playing, it's for the Hills. Hills can go out and announce that one. But
Spread the word.
I see another wonderful Australian pitcher was elevated to the Australian Sport Hall of Fame, Tanya Harding.
Couple of Olympics under her belt.
Yeah.
4 Olympics, 4 Olympic medals.
Terrific.
No big deal.
Terrific player. Coached against her father, Bob, many times.
This is Steph Gould in the box for Walkerville. She's gone to a 1-ball, 2-strike count using the Eastern Ghost as well. Best bat on the market. Goes down swinging on a great pitch from Fidge on the outside.
That is. Yeah, she's an improved player, Steph. She played shortstop, I think, from memory last week's game.
Second strikeout for Fidge. Here's Lisa Yancic.
She's probably up amongst nearly 500 games, I believe, senior games for Walkerville. It's been around a while, Lisa.
That's still about 550 behind Karen Dale, I think.
Karen will still, in 10 years' time, Karen will be up to 1,200 perhaps.
Never say die is her motto, I think.
No, it's her attitude. Sometimes life's about attitude, isn't it?
It's very insightful.
Of course.
Hey, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game, all right?
All right. Ground ball to Bell White and casually fires it across to Straps for the second out.
We love softball. Brings up Michaela Yankovic.
There's the CMAX replay. Good play there from Belinda White. Yep, here is Yankovic, the pitcher.
Pitching a lot of strikes, Ruby. She's not leaving too much to be wondering about.
Look how close left fielder Steph Collette is. Bell turned around, brought her in a bit. Not expecting the ball to go deep there.
Wasn't that the motto? Keeping close until they hit it over?
Yeah, I noticed last week's Sturt's game, Chantel pitching the outfield. All 3 outfielders were in really close. They weren't expecting anything. They didn't receive anything.
I've seen Glenelg's line up for today's game. I won't go into it too much, seeing as that one of their opposition's sitting to my left, but looks like a pretty solid lineup.
Yes, well...
Ground ball, here's White. She moves across to her right and fires it across for the third out. So a couple of ground balls for the champ, and Walkerville go down 1-2-3.
Yes, you're on a hiding or nothing, dribbling the ball to shortstop here, aren't you?
No.
The arm just beats you every time.
They seem to just be a little bit early on some of Ruby's
Yep, not coming
flat
on
spots. Yeah, so they're just a bit early, sort of dragging the bat to that shortstop third base area, which is obviously, you know, why wouldn't that be your game plan if you're Sturt, to get people to ground out to Bell, because it's a sure out. So if they make some adjustments and hold their hands, maybe try and hit it right side, then they might put a bit more pressure on.
just hit it a bit later, just dink the ball up to Rachel Tonkin, who usually plays a bit deeper at second base. Anyway, give yourself half a chance to run.
Yeah.
And her arm isn't, in all fairness, as strong as Bell's.
Yankovic just going through warm-up pitches. We're in the middle of the second. 3 games being live streamed today thanks to Spacequake Sports and all our broadcast partners as well. So we're going to do it for the opening round, but we just had a couple of other things on. So we're doing it in round 2. So you can see 6 of the 7 Premier League teams in action. Hills Heat have the bye this round.
It's weird having a bye weekend. Hasn't been like that in a while.
Yes.
Steph Collett to lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Falcons. That's right, she's leading off for the Falcons against her old club.
Well, this is an innings right here now that Walker will have to be tight and keep them to no runs in this innings.
Got a flashy new set of wheels as well, by the looks of things, to match the club colours.
I don't know where people find cool cleats like that, because I cannot. She must import them.
Well, she spent 4 years in college in the States, so I'd say that she's got some good contacts over there. Maybe
She might know a couple people.
Teammates, yeah.
At a reasonable price.
This is what we need to start, just have a local importer from the States that just sends lots of gear over.
Well, I'm sure if you went in to MC Sportswear Port Road, Woodville, you would find a great pair of cleats. You can find the Eastern Ghost bat or the Eastern Range at MC Sportswear. Cleats, batting gloves, you name it, they've got it.
Did recently actually get my brand new 2022 Ghost bat from MC, literally this week.
Okay, we'll look to see it making contact, good contact in game 2 today.
I mean, don't jinx it.
No.
Strikeout looking for Collett, catches the outside edge, so Michaela Yankovic gets her first strikeout of the game.
She would have liked that strikeout, I reckon.
Yep, and you got to back it up now with another one.
Great change of pace from Yankovic in the circle too.
Batters 8 and 9. Got to sit them down.
Yeah, Ruby Fidge, the new hitter. Goes after the first pitch. Just lofted a little for Jancic out at centre field for the second out. Not waiting around, was she?
No,
Looks
she got
like it just really looked like that was going further. Maybe it's my eyesight, but yeah.
CMAX replay will show it. It was well tracked by Jancic out at centre field, but yeah, Fidge might have been jammed up a little.
Yeah. No breeze at the moment. It's perfect out there.
Indigo
Conditions.
Beck de Silva is hit at number 9. She's up to bat. Watches that first one for a called strike. Yeah, it's a nice day, but you've got the big coat on, Lee.
I don't know why. It's probably because I'm lazy.
It's chilly in the shade. I support that.
Thank you, Lana.
You're
All
welcome.
the best with your Eastern. Let's see you feast on Easton.
Okie dokie.
Ground ball, and Yankovic will throw it over to Dale
Good
for the
innings.
third out. It was a good inning.
They needed that.
Now they need to back it up with a run.
Well, what was
Get some
important there for Walkerville was if you allow one of the 7, 8, 9 hitters to get on, you expose yourself to the top order, and all of them made contact. So it's always dangerous to see the Falcons line up through a second and a third time.
And that's where Rachel Tongan's very good at getting on when she bats 9.
Well, this game's brought out a couple of legends. I look over to my right, I see a Softball Australia Hall of Famer and a Softball Australia former Softball Australia player.
Got all
Kay
the
Bevan.
superstars.
Formerly Kay Gillespie when she played for Australia, when she got her cap. Sue Tomlinson over there, an Olympic team manager for the Aussie Spirit, Softball Australia Hall of Famer, Softball SA Hall of Famer.
Surely she's a Walkerville life member.
Well, her last 2 seasons at Walkerville, back-to-back premierships. I know the cuts are still deep, Lana, but...
Hey, you know, you're playing 7 out of 10 or something. You kind of get used to it. It's all good.
Cuts have been deep for 4 or 5 seasons, I think. Maybe they'll turn this year.
Oh, 100%. Who knows?
I look to my left and I see Alan McAuliffe, another WBSC Hall of Famer. Jeez, we do bring him out, don't we? As I was looking to the left, I was looking to the Sturt bullpen, and I can see Riley Moore rolling over, so she's doing a bit of warming up, so perhaps we'll see a change. I don't think it'll be this inning.
No. Maybe 4 and 3, perhaps.
Yep.
If we go that far.
Yep. All right, here we go. Back to the action. The 9-hitter for Walkerville is Erin Reid. It's a pretty evenly matched up so far, Falcons versus the Cats. Falcons have had 8 hitters, Falcons 9, but Falcons just capitalised on some base runners as Reid goes opposite field. Back to Silver. It just taps the glove as it goes through. Reid's going to turn and stand at 2. She slides into 2. Lead off aboard.
Yeah, Indy did all the groundwork there to get to that ball, as we see on the CMAX replay. She actually makes it, basically gloved it, but it just tips her glove and keeps going down the line. Erin Reid did a great job of pushing that to 2 bases and slides in, makes it look specky.
Yeah, there she is on the CMAX replay, sliding in to 2. You want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time? Log on to cmax.com.au. Fantastic broadcast partner for the year, CMAX. We've got a message from one of the senior management. We can't wait to play that clip from CMAX, just to wish everyone all the best for their season as King grounds out to Tonkin. Gee, she did well to get up the middle, didn't she? She didn't play a backhand glove. She got her body behind it and had enough time to fire it across to first. Here is a look at the CMAX replay.
Still needs to make a good throw then. Sophie King is a very fast runner. Very good out the box.
Well, that's what I mean, what I said before about trying to keep the ball away from Bill if you can. Push it that side.
Stone goes first pitch, and a great catch.
Yeah.
From Tonkin. She's in the play again, and the important part of that was that the runner at 3, Erin Reid, was held up. There's a look at the CMAX replay, just bobbled up a little bit. Almost looked like it was going to be out of reach. It may have even been Straps' catch.
And for that pitch, Rachel played in a bit and enabled her to get to that ball then.
Perhaps defending a bunt because...
Yep. That's what the
Stone showed
was.
bunt twice in her first at-bat. Here's Peters. She ripped one hard to shortstop her first turn at bat. Can she capitalise with that runner in scoring position?
Her first thought was the correct one, wasn't it? I'm going to swing at this, and she didn't
That was
stay
a
there.
dirty change of pace.
Well, for Peters, then it sat up like a big ice cream. Excuse the pun.
That's good calling from Tonkin behind the plate. Just get it out on the edge and get her fishing a bit.
Asking the question what was wrong with that, I think.
Strong girl, this girl, Peters. She gets hold of it, it's going to go over Bell's head.
Good block. Run-saving block from Tonkin. So the Tonkin sisters just...
playing a big part.
Yeah, combining and really keeping the defence tight here for the Falcons. Extends, and there she is. She had all 3 plays. Ground out from Sophie King to Rachel Tonkin. A good stretch, reached out catch off Erin Stone, and Alicia Peters just drives one opposite field, getting it behind the runner, doing the right thing, but there she was again, Rachel Tonkin. Gee, that was a C-match, maximum effort in that inning from Rachel Tonkin.
Yeah, they'd be pretty annoyed starting that inning with a lead-off double to not sort of convert that somehow. Even Sophie King's ground out did push Erin to 3rd, so had a couple chances there with their batting lineup to sack fly or do something to score that run, but just a bit unlucky there.
Yeah, you got to when your chances come, you've got to take them, don't you?
Lily, I've got 3 hits for Walkerville in their first 3 innings. Would you say they've got 3 hits as well?
Yeah, I have. one could say it could have been 2.5, but
Don't
it's
look at
3.
my score sheet. It tells you nothing.
Just confirming with the official statisticians, Meredith Goodman and Marcy Trzynski, colouring in the circles in this game.
Unchanged lineup. Actually, wait. I lie. This isn't. Oh, it is unchanged. For some reason, in my mind, I just thought that Alicia Peters was Michaela Robinson. I don't know. That's just what I saw from mid-second. They're unchanged.
Okay, there you go. Sarah Tonkin comes to the plate. She'll lead off the bottom of the third. Jankovic just finding the radar first up for a called strike, outside edge.
Got to be tough here, Walkerville defence.
I would be thinking Sarah would be wanting to drive that ball right centre.
Straight up to Lisa Yanchi at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Pulls it. It's gone straight to Yancic at centre field for the first out.
But it wasn't going that quick. Sorry about that.
Just got under it again there.
Leo, there's a CMAX replay of Sarah Tonkin popping up to Yancic out at centre field. Lee, what did Eric say in the broadcast about you last week, that you're a fortune teller?
No, I didn't hear that.
No? Okay.
Some sort of psychic.
Psychic, was it? Okay, that's it.
Psycho. I'm not quite sure whether it's psycho or psychic.
Bunt attempt from Rachel Tonkin. It was up and in, so she got jammed up a little and it fouls out to
But
the
she
third
was out
base
of
side.
the box, wasn't she? She was out of the box quickly. Goes in, she causes big problems.
Showing again. That's her way, isn't it? She likes to just wave the bat out in front a little. She draws it back and
Punches the ball, tries to get something happening, trying to manufacture another run.
Doesn't get flustered in the batting box, Rachel. Just knows what she can do and what she's capable of. She's not looking for the fence.
she made an Aussie schoolgirls squad a few years back.
No surprise.
Be a while now. I feel like she's been out of school for a while. That went to Hawaii, didn't it?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Her, Jamie Mead.
Lovely
Trying to
place,
think,
Hawaii.
Did Emily Hopkins make that team?
Emily, yeah, doesn't. I don't think
Maybe.
she plays anymore,
Georgie
does she?
Baker,
Georgie
Oh,
Baker.
I think that was a year earlier.
Could have been.
the alumni of that year of under-19 state players, I think. Having a long at bat, Sarah. Rachel. No.
Fouls another one off.
I should just say Tonkin.
Yeah. Well, it's been her inning so far. So what can she manage here? She's had a ground out in her first at bat. She's had a handful of plays in the field, so she's been involved. She's in the thick of it.
She won't go down looking, I can assure you of that.
Bat on ball.
But in the
Tricky.
Bermuda Triangle. Oh, great catch.
Yeah, she's also been in the play. Yancic out at centre field. Might get to count the catches she's taken for us in a moment, Lee, as we watch the CMAX replay.
That's a great catch by Yancic in centre. That is very much the Bermuda Triangle, that very tight space between second base, shortstop and centre field. And if you don't have someone charging in and taking control of that, that's where messy situations happen. So a really good catch by her.
Thanks, Lee. 3 catches. That's what you were telling me, was it? 3?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
and
okay.
and brought about by the lack of pace from pitcher Jankovic. You know, no pace on the pitch. So it just messes with your timing.
And that's 3 of the last 4 outs as well, have been pop-ups to centre field. Here's Neve Adams. She had a shot to left. Got to 2 on the slight fumble or misfield.
We talk about Belle White's arm, how strong it is many times, but this girl doesn't stay in the shade compared with her. She's got a huge arm, and she's a catcher as well, like you said, Lana.
change of pace. That one floated just through the top of the zone. Called ball. Neve Adams was frozen on that one.
Don't you mean Elsa? Isn't it Elsa that's frozen? Elsa?
My God.
I haven't seen that. Jess Maslin, I believe, seen it 20 times or something.
Pop up. Foul ball. Stays alive in the count. Did you say 20?
It's something like that. It's some ridiculous amount.
She did go and see it a lot during the school term, I remember.
Well, you got a passion for something?
Hey, that's how much money I'd spend on going out for dinner, so all power to her.
Well, Blink-182 announced a tour during the week. I'm going to go see them for sure.
Start stretching, James. That's my only tip.
2024. Can you believe the wait? Anyway, yes, Michaela Yankovic. Geez, we've digressed a little today, haven't we?
Some of you.
Bring back the lip piercing. Neve battling this out in this at-bat.
It's a walk. Gee, she was confident in that as the bat release. Normally you see Premier League umpires ring up a batter for doing that. So good base on balls. Hey, that's the first walk of the game. So good pitching, both sides of the diamond. Good
pitching. It also means good aggressive at-bats, which is great.
Yep.
Seeing a good pitch early, getting after it, and it does bring up the ever so dangerous Bell White.
Roberts just has a ping up the line.
One good swing here from Bell White, and the score will double. That means 2 and 2 makes 4.
It's a learning broadcast too. It's like
yes,
maths as well.
Yes.
Shot up the middle from White. It will advance. Adams. Well, the play was at 2 then.
Back up.
As White takes an extra base on the throw. Adams takes 2 bases. She gets to 3rd. Let's have a look at the CMAX replay. Yancic was fielding deep, giving respect to the Aussie slugger. Another angle there from the CMAX replay.
More excellent base running from Neve Adams as well.
And good backup in the finish by Michaela Yankovic. You must not be a spectator in the pitching circle when balls are hit to the outfield.
Well, that's the 3 Bs. If you don't get the ball, you go to a base. If you don't need to go to a base, you're backing up.
Yeah, that's it. Just go to the position where, because there'll be times when you won't be there and the ball will it'll cost you a run or 2.
This is Tash Straps. I know we say it every year. She's been around for a long time, but I don't even think she's 25 yet. And she just will produce when required and just quietly goes about her work and ever reliable. Here she is with 2 runners in scoring position. She has an RBI already.
Was going to say that as well, absolutely. She is a force to be reckoned with the bat. Sometimes she potentially can look out of it in at-bats, maybe chasing a high pitch or 2, but she'll always come back with the goods. She is just as much of a danger as lots of the other batters in this Sturt lineup.
The outfield need not to play so deep, because if the ball lands, there's 2 runs. White will score from second.
Yeah, she's an aggressive base runner, Belinda White. You saw it from the lead-off she took then. She was halfway down the line before the ball was called foul.
Yeah, Michaela needs to keep the ball down here so the ball's hit to the infield if possible.
Another good battle.
Gets enough of it. It's tricky. Stone backing back leaves it, and just as you said, Lee, it just drops in behind the infield and 2 runs score, and the lead does double out to 4.
Yeah, again, on the CMAX replay, she does the right thing. She probably just didn't back herself quite as much to go for that. Does fall in that right field second base gap in between, which unfortunately with 2 out means that runners are going on the hit. So on a normal play, that might not have scored 2 runs. But, yeah, if there's 2 out, that's just the luck of the draw sometimes.
Unfortunately, they scored quite easily, didn't they? And I think the first movement was to look straight up into the sun, which wouldn't have helped, I think. But
Not a good time slot for that.
All 4 of Sturt's runs have come with 2 out.
Yep.
Here's Jesse Keach. Good block from Roberts. Straps remains at first. Most of the time, 4 runs is enough for a win, Lee, but Walkerville have looked likely in the batter's box, so their second or third time round facing Ruby Fidge, maybe we might see some more production from the scorecard, you'd think?
Could do, but also they've only had 1 person in scoring position so far on base, so they need to get a few more. That'll just come through hard work and pushing them around.
Well, Sturt have always been very good on defence, backing up young pitchers. When Zali Adams and Millie Fidge first combined,
Yep.
their defence really supported them well, and Millie was always supported, even when she did the load herself last season.
Yep. Well, it's the same old story, isn't it? You can't blow them away, then use your field. I mean, West Torrens are classic over the years. Their infield is excellent. So get the ball, hit your infield.
Line drive, and Peters takes a great catch at third base for the 3rd out. And believe it or not, the 2 runs scored by Sturt, it emulates what they did in the first inning. 2 runs scored off 2 out, and it was a catch taken by the third base Peters to retire the side. So scorecard looks pretty much the same as it did in the first inning. Falcons scored 2, and they go out to a 4-0 lead after 3 innings.
Walkerville have a good chance of coming back in this game. I mean, you've just mentioned it there, James. They scored runs with 2 out, and that hit just before that went just behind Aaron Stone at second base. That was just Tash Straps putting the ball into play. So really, if Walkerville keep putting the field under pressure, potentially holding their hands a bit and trying not to hit it so close to Bell White's sort of hunger zone, I'll call it, they are going to look good. Starting off with Sophie Roberts, who is a power hitter, the next few batters can really get a job done, or at least get on base.
Lee, you saw them last week, didn't you? And they scored 12 against the Hills.
Yep.
Where'd the hits come from?
A variety of people, but Sophie Roberts put one over, a single, home run, as Bell did also from memory. It was just a good team effort, and Hills, unfortunately, didn't bat half as well as I thought they may have. So full credit to Michaela Yankovic. Pitched very well.
Roberts with a 1-1 count.
Doesn't want to throw it up in the air here because it'll still be going tomorrow.
Oofed.
Well, it was up in the air.
It was there, but it was
early.
outside, yeah.
Yeah, and she was early with the swing, wasn't she?
Worth having a crack.
When you're a big gun batter, a powerful hitter, your eyes light up, don't they, Lana?
Absolutely.
When you see something up there, you're thinking, this is going.
Should have some extra confidence as well after last week's good batting performance, which is good. And that can only be a positive thing, just sticking behind what you've done really well the week before. We focus too much on failures sometimes in softball, so that's really positive.
That is up again. It fouls away. Sarah Tonkin looking to get in the action, but she'll have to watch the ball go over the big back net. Roberts also a part of the CPC Angels team that won the fully loaded competition, season 4.
Oofty doofty. That is deep and gone in foul territory. They would be happy that that's not in the field.
That was a half a swing as well, so all timing there from Roberts.
Load and go, she'll be hoping. Oof. She's just off of this. Bit of a dangerous zone.
see your teammates are starting to turn up now, Lana.
That is correct. Yep, ready for the 4 o'clock game.
B. Thomas just putting the gear down. Must be great to have such a legend coming back. Opposite field hitting from Roberts.
Just foul.
Hardly any effort did it that hard, wasn't it?
No, she
Just
barely
poked at
looked.
it.
Yeah, got rid of it, ready to go again.
I haven't seen Ruby throw a change up yet, I don't think. So this might be a nice time.
Mix it up.
Yeah, just mix it up and just get her hands out there early. Pop it up to the infield.
Long at bat though.
Again, opposite field. Gets her hands, drives it opposite, and Indigo back to Silver. Takes a good catch. It was a great little battle.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
CMAX replay. Yeah, just on the bit farther on the outside.
Just got her reaching.
That was our undoing.
Yeah. But a really long at bat, a really nice battle, and Ruby will be happy she gets the out for that one.
Dale going first pitch, and Tass Straps cleans that up nicely for the second out. So after a good 6-7 pitch at bat from Roberts, there was a 1 pitch at bat from Dale, and there's just like that 2 outs. Steph Gall now to the plate. Strikeout victim, her first turn.
You've done a really good job, you and the ground staff, James, to get the diamond looking good today.
Yep.
It was horrendous this time yesterday when the tarps got taken off. We had rain all week and we didn't want to cancel, so some hours of work went into it.
No, very good. Very happy we get to play.
Strike called on Gall. She had a look back just to double check that one was there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Can't go down looking here, Steph. Swing the bat.
Well, it was a good swing, but she was just off of it. The change of pace from Fidge got her on strikes.
Just
so another 1, 2, 3 inning for the Falcons.
Just a subtle change of pace then.
They'll be wanting to put the foot down, I think, the Falcons in this inning and score a few more runs.
3 strikeouts for Fidge.
Well, it's
No walks.
Yeah, it's typical Sturt, isn't it? Get a handful of runs early and we just shut you out of the game.
Do you know what? I'll disagree with you because even if Sturt are down, even if they're behind.
Oh, they can, of course.
So they're.
How many times do you see them behind?
A couple times against the blue and gold.
Oh.
Just kidding. Actually, I'm not. But no, they're a comeback team, but they're also a good leading team. So can never count them out, unfortunately.
That's because of the quality of the players.
My apologies, Lee, for Lana disagreeing with you. I know it's in your contract that no one can.
Well, they can.
I signed no contract to say that I would not give the chief here some backlash.
Well, they can make comments. I mean, they don't mind being wrong. Plenty of people are wrong.
Yeah, well.
Round 2, CMAX Premier League. It's game 1 of a triple header. We are live streaming all 3 of the games today. It is the Sturt Falcons versus the Walkerville Cats. At 4 o'clock, we'll see West Torrens versus Glenelg. And at 6 o'clock, our first look at Seacombe for the season. They had the year off last year from the A grade, and they will face last year's premiers, the Port Adelaide Magpies.
I'm predicting a stand-up double for Steph Collette here, so that's a big call.
I thought you were going to predict the winners of the next couple of games for us, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay, yeah.
First pitch swinging for Collett, so you were on
keen.
it. Yep, she's keen to swing away.
Come on, Steph.
Don't need to get a tip from Lana. Because her team's playing next.
I do not give tips because that's called jinxing it, and I choose not to lean into that form of superstition.
Not like a softballer to be superstitiously, really?
No.
Really? Yeah. Come on, Steph. 2 bases.
Not often you hear the commentators cheering on the players.
My credibility's at stake here. Oh, I thought that would have gone.
Well, patiently waiting for her pitch. She's got 2 and 1. Bottom of the 4th.
Another battle.
Ground ball to Peters. She's been sharp today.
Oh, good take.
And a good take at first base from Dale for the first out.
What an excellent stretch by Karen there
Yeah.
at first base. She's still got it. I don't know how that hurt my groin to look at, but she's done a really good job to save that on the CMAX replay there.
Yeah, you can see Peters on the CMAX replay. She had 1 foot in foul territory. She just come up with it and made a good play. She was over there quick as a cat, and first out's made. Here's Ruby Fidge. Change up from Yankovic.
Trying to suck him in to have a crack early by the looks. Good pitch, called strike there for.
Well, we're going to say goodbye to Lana Kaiser now after that. She got
Very soon.
She got away from one of her fans in the crowd.
No, I will definitely stay till the end of this inning.
Ruby Fidge popped up to centre field her first at bat. She was twisting, facing the opposite direction by the end of the swing there.
Previous pitch, she did the same too.
It's good pitches duel. Love to see pitchers facing pitchers. See if their brains are switched on to what might be pitched against them. Oof, beautiful hands there.
Yeah, held her hands back well. I thought it was Yankovic had got the better of Fidge there on the change of pace, but she did hold her hands back well. She drove it to the left side. Let's have a look at the CMAX replay.
Yeah, I think it probably helped that the change of pace was a bit higher in the zone, so you can sort of get your hands on top of that rather when a change up or a change of pace sort of dies off. You do kind of potentially miss it a bit more because you're left looking a bit silly chasing, but she did well to get her hands to that.
Bector Silva shows bunt. Ruby Fidge
She won't be stealing.
casually back to the base. So it looked like her helmet was about to go in front of her eyes. So
Nonchalant.
I'd have that first base back. I'd have a ping here, I reckon. Pitch out and try and catch her napping a little bit there.
I'm betting a slap here.
Bector Silva, that back leg is almost out of the box.
Oh,
Well, catchers think alike, don't they? Sophie Roberts on cue throws out that runner. Here's a look at the CMAX replay. Extended lead. Look at her. She takes her eye off the play. On the spot there is Erin Stone.
it's a great pick off. A good arm by Sophie Roberts there too, and just sort of picked up, I guess, what we picked up the pitch before. Oh,
And that hurts with a shot, the very next pick.
That's where she hits it. She's a powerful left-hander, natural left-hander, Indy.
Well, back-to-back hits for the Falcons, but there's 2 out. That's where they've done the damage. 2 out hitting.
brings up Sarah Tonkin, who's had a fly to centre and a fly to left. I mean, to complete the trio, she might have a fly to right, but I'm sure she'd be wanting a safe hit here.
First pitch swinging. Peters with that quick release. She got a good transfer, hasn't she? She gets it out of the glove quickly and fires it across for the 3rd out. So good defensive inning there for the Walkerville Cats. And is that you done, is it, Lana? Yep, that's okay. You've got a game to go and warm up for. It's the West Torrens Eagles versus Glenelg Rebels coming up next.
Yes.
In about an hour's time. So thanks for joining us. We'll get Lana Kaiser back in the commentary box later on in the season.
100%. Thanks for having me. I will see you probably next week.
Perfect. There we go. Lee, she's done pretty well, hasn't she?
Yes, she certainly has.
First time for the year.
Usual high standard.
Well, she's a regular now on our commentary team. And just to catch you up on the game, we're an hour in, so a good time to do it. It is 4-0 in favour of the Sturt Falcons over the Walkerville Cats. We've completed 4 innings. We've completed an hour of play. 3 hits for the Cats. They haven't had they have. They've had 1 runner to third base. They led off the third inning with a shot from Erin Reid. She moved across to third base after Sophie King's ground out, and they failed to capitalise with hitters 2 and 3. It's been pretty clean in the defence for the Falcons, and whereas Walkerville have let a couple of chances slip there with 2 runs scored with 2 outs by the Falcons in the first and third innings, and that's where they've scored their 4 runs.
Yeah, in this game of ours, softball, a lot of things can happen when there's 2 down. You know, the field relax, and we've got the first 2 easy, and all of a sudden, there's a couple of more runs. So sometimes the third out is the most difficult out of that innings, and it has been today, especially for Walkerville. 7, 8, and 9, it's Lisa Yanchik, Michaela Yankovic, and Erin Reid.
Well, it's Battis. You just said that, didn't you? 7, 8, 9. Yankic and Yankovic both grounded out to Belinda White in their first turns at bat. Yankic was first pitch swinging, but she's watched the next 2 for a 2-1 count. Outside edge, so the left-hander getting 3 consecutive balls and
batting with a lot of patience here, Lisa. She typical left-hander usually likes swinging at the outside pitch like that.
Ground ball to third base, Adams. She picks it up, she gets the ball, she has a look and she fires it across. It looks very good.
Yeah, she's a smooth mover and an arm to go with it.
There's a CMAX replay. CMAX Clinical Research, broadcast partner for the year, and terrific to have them on board. Welcome. Michaela Yankovic. I don't think she looks too bad in the box, and I can see it again. That left fielder's come right in.
Well, pitchers and catchers normally make good batters, don't they? Why? I put it down that they see a lot of the ball during the course of a game, catcher catching everything, throwing it back. That's why they can hit the ball, I think. Where somebody playing perhaps right field might see 1 ball a game.
Interesting take on it. I like it.
Yeah, well, I think this got some merit, actually. You look through the catches, and not too many catches can't hit.
Adams has to charge this one, throws it on the run. 2 ground outs to third base.
Well, both those first 2 batters then, previous innings, 6-3, 6-3. Now they're 5-3, 5-3.
Erin Reid, the 9-hitter, her second look at Ruby Fidge. We did see Riley Moore warming up again. They've got a couple of pitchers on their bench today, haven't they? Joe Strandland.
Yeah, I don't think Walker will get enough people on base for to make a change. I don't think. What do you think, James?
Well, third time through the lineup could be dangerous with the likes of King, Peters, Roberts, Dale in there in the middle order. So
that's a fair point.
You don't want to expose a young pitcher. She's still in the under 18 age group, Ruby Fidge.
Yeah.
Ground ball right side. It's beaten all of them.
It's a base hit.
And it gets away from Straps. Tonkin backing up, and Reid will stay put at first base. So that is her second base hit of the game. Both of them going to the right side, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a look at the CMAX Clinical Research replay. Want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time? Log on to cmax.com.au.
I think if I was Kingy, I'd be just trying to keep in the count here and get it to a hit and run situation.
Yeah,
Erin's not slow.
On a good count, yeah.
Get ahead in the count and then go after it.
Top of
Send
the
the runner.
5th. We've just crossed the hour mark. Gets a nice piece of it. Backing
It's
back
a
is
good
Keach.
hit.
All the way
It's
to
a
the
run.
wall. So King's on her bike. Reed is going to turn third. The relay throw goes to 3.
What a good
King's
hit.
too quick, and she's safely with a triple. That's an RBI triple. And the Cats are on the board.
Gee, that went, didn't it?
Yeah, I think let's have a look at the CMAX replay. It travelled further than what we were expecting.
Yeah, I thought Jesse was going to get across to that, but no, it cleared her plenty. Wide of her.
Walkerville with the 2 out. Run scored.
So does that change your thought about changing the pitch, James?
Third time through the lineup.
Yeah, it's a valid point you make.
Well, we saw it in the game last week, didn't we? Harper Bridley pitched brilliantly against the reigning premier. Third time through the lineup, you saw some 2 out hitting from Chillingworth and Grower and Maslin. And it was 5-4 before. It was 5-0 going into that
That's
inning.
right.
Third time through the lineup.
And they got those 4 runs. They didn't look like getting a run because West Torrens in that game kept hitting the ball. Port Adelaide kept hitting the ball to the field. They were hitting the ball probably better than what West Torrens were, but they were picking out players. And all of a sudden, the gaps came. And as you said,
Callahan got a hit as well?
So
in that third time, third time through. So timeout called from the Walkerville coach just to have a word to her young hitter, and Sturt had take the opportunity to go and have a chat as well. I think you can see the Falcons on screen. They're talking fashion with Straps makeup there, I think.
Okay.
Bit of a smile from the Falcons there as they go back to position. Just get a check on that count. We think it's a 2-1 count. 2-0 count for Aaron Stone. Hang on. We do have producer Brandon right on it. 2-1 is the right count, and Stone's in a pretty good hitters count here, Lee.
Talking about Brandon, you can't beat skill. There's no substitute for skill.
He's blushing, Lee.
And rightly so too. People that are modest types always blush. I'm forever having a red face, James.
2-2 now for Stone. It was half a swing at that last pitch, wasn't it?
Good batting, though.
Goes to a full count. Gee, wouldn't Walkerville want to see the on-deck batter come up with a runner in scoring position, 2 runners on.
Followed by Sophie Roberts, yes.
Fouls that one off, stays alive in the count. Ruby Fitch has not thrown a walk yet in this game. She's got 3 strikeouts. Erin Reid, Sophie King, 2 hits each. Sophie Roberts, the only other batter in the Walkerville lineup with a hit. Fouls it off again. Well, it's a great at-bat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. With 2 out and chasing a few runs, runner aboard.
Here at third base, Kingy, who can run, just do not go down looking.
Out of the zone
Good
for
batting.
a walk.
Excellent.
Yeah, Aaron Stone, terrific turn at bat. Brings up Alicia Peters.
Well, they'll probably let her bat here, Alicia, but
Well, they'd have to with Sophie Roberts in the on-deck
you
circle.
just can't pass her up and let Sophie bat with bases loaded.
And their first time seeing Alicia Peters as well.
Yeah.
So they won't have her worked out, so they won't have a book on her, and fouls off the first one. So good aggressive hitting there from Peters. Signals coming from the third base coach's box.
I wouldn't be sending her through here.
Got 2 big hitters coming up.
2 down, I'm not sending her. She can run, Erin, but this is not the time. Sarah will just cut her down. They'll forget about the runner at third and just cut her down.
Long ball. That
That's
one
a
gets
long
over
ball.
the head of Collett all the way to the fence. Stone's quick. She turns 3 and will score. 2-run score off the double from the American Peters. And now it's 5-3.
Game's changed quickly, hasn't it?
Four to 3. Producer Brandon corrects me this time.
Yeah, yes, I told you.
It's a
he was
one-run
good.
ball game.
Yeah, I know. Where would we be without Brandon? Happy, maybe.
Just like that, the Cats, it's a never say die attitude, isn't it? This time it's the Sturt coach who calls the timeout. So both coaches have had their timeouts for the inning. If either coach calls another timeout, it will be a substitution required. And you see Peters go back to second. Sophie Roberts, the batter. Karen Dale's in the on-deck circle. No changes made.
Oh, there's danger here.
Runner on 2. It's a one-run ball game.
This is the time I think I'd pass Sophie up here. We know Karen can bat, but I think in this situation I'd just pass her up, give you 3 options then. At the moment you've got one option to get out of this innings, and that's the batter.
Ground ball, it's a
Good
little
pitch.
dribbler. It
Good
was a
pitch.
very good pitch, and Tash Straps does the fielding. She steps on first base for the put out. 3-run score there, a big inning for the Walkerville Cats in the 5th.
They'd be disappointed with the finish of that. Just needed the ball up, and it was a very good pitch from Ruby, just kept the ball in the infield.
Well, 2 ground outs to start the inning to third base. Erin Reid comes up with her second hit of the game. Sophie King with a triple, an RBI triple to score Reid. Erin Stone fought out a good walk. And then Alicia Peters rattled one against the left field fence for a 2 RBI double. Bang, 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 just like that. A 4-0 game turns into a 4-3 game.
And the 7 runs that have been scored have all been scored with 2 out. Work that out. It's tough work.
Yep,
to hit
absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
There's something to write in your little black book. 2 down. The toughest out is the 3rd out.
About 70, just over 70 minutes played, so still plenty of time through this game. No new innings played after 85. And if you start an inning, we'll finish an inning. So Premier League softball action. It's the CMAX Premier League. Walkerville Cats versus the Sturt Falcons. We're in round 2. Players have gone through their warm-ups for the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rachel Tonkin will lead things off for the Falcons. She hits 2, meaning Neve Adams and Belinda White are the batters to come.
Oh, Walkerville got to be really tight here.
And it was Adams and White who have scored all 4 of Sturt's runs. Pop up out to Yanchik. She backs back a couple, but takes her 4th catch.
First pitch. Interesting.
Well, this is where Walkerville really have to hold their mettle here. They've given up a hit and a walk to Adams. Belinda White forced an error at shortstop, her first turn at bat, and then had a single up the middle. Then Tash Straps has had 2 hits in the game. Straps has got 3 RBIs.
Yeah. He's had a good day with the bat and in the field.
Danger part of the lineup here for Walkerville.
It's the power.
Adams calls timeout and shares a joke. Missed it. I was looking at the scorecard. Good change of pace. Just a little high coming through. Next game up, West Torrens versus Glenelg in a triple header. Anthony Weatherstone will come onto the mic and ground ball. 2 pumps from Peters.
Been solid, hadn't she, Alicia?
Well, if it wasn't danger enough with Belinda White coming up to bat, there's now 2 out, Lee. And going by what you just said, all the runs have come with 2 out.
Well, guess what I'm doing here?
Passing her up?
Passing her up. There's 1 run in the ball game difference. She's not getting the bat here, Bill, sorry.
Well, 2 out, no one on. Be a very interesting tactic to pass her up after what I said before with Tastraps having 3 RBIs and 2 hits for the game.
But it may dry up for Tash. That's what I'm working on.
Hit by a pitch.
Same horse, different jockey. Still gets the first.
Well, got my eye on White here. She seems okay. She's a competitor, gives a thumbs up. Let's have a look at the CMAX replay right in the bottom of the calf. Plenty of miles in those legs. She likes to run half marathons for fun, I reckon, Belinda White.
Can she go 3 for 3, Strapsy?
Ground ball, it gets under the glove of Peters. White slides into 3. Just a shake of the head there from Peters. She knows it was in her reach, but mark it down. 3 for 3 for the day for Tastrap. She's been solid at first base. She's got to be in the conversation for the CMAX clinical performance of the game.
Yes, she certainly does.
She stands up at 2, White at 3. 2 runners in scoring position for Keach.
Outfield need to come in a little bit more. That's the way, Lisa. Ball's got to be caught if it's in the air and it's catchable.
It was good aggressive hitting from Tash Straps, but
change the picture here.
Gee, Walkerville would probably about 4 centimetres away from a great play from Peters at third base.
Yeah, I'm just thinking they might change here.
Who have they got?
Well, we did see Alicia
Peters?
warming up just early on.
Well, timeout's been called from Walkerville coach, perhaps to suggest, well, you know, they've got their runs with 2 out, so let's make sure we're right on it here.
Everybody's got their runs with 2 out. No change.
There's Jessie Keach on screen.
Well, Michaela Yankovic has got 2 options here. Put the ball in the air so that it could be caught and get out of there, or get the ball hit to the infield. No in-betweens. In-betweens is going to be a hit and 2 runs.
It's 2 out, and
Both.
she's gone up the handle just a little there.
Yeah,
Checks the swing on the change-up. Where's she looking?
Well,
she's looking opposite field, is she?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's looking just to get the ball in the play, make it land somewhere. She does that, there's a chance of 2.
Check swing is enough. It lands in the grass,
Good play.
just short of
Carol.
Yanchik at centre field. An RBI single for Jessie Keach. Belinda White crosses the plate. Another run scores with 2 out.
Dead giveaway, wasn't it, when she shortened up? She wasn't going deep.
Steph Collett now up to bat. She's led off both her plate appearances so far. First time for her with runners aboard. 1-3 split. First pitch swinging and a sharp catch.
Gee, that was a good catch, wasn't it?
Peters at third. Sticks out the mitt. The ball stays. And that saved a run.
That's what we talked about earlier on about third base. You need to have reflexes.
CMAX replay. Let's have a look at this in slow-mo thanks to Spacequake Sports. Rips it hard.
Cop that. Pluck.
And well taken from Peters at third.
So 8 runs in total scored, all with 2 out in this game. Unbelievable.
5-3. It is coming up to about the 80-minute mark. So I reckon this will be the last chance for Walkerville as we go into the 6th inning, and Sturt persisting with Ruby Fidge. Well, not only do we have Anthony Weatherstone on the mic for the next game, Sophie Roberts, who is playing in this game, will join us. And then in game 3, only the biggest names in broadcasting, David Muggleton's going to be on the mic. You'll be joining him with Anthony in game 3.
I will.
He's sitting right next to you, Lee. You're supposed to say something nice about him.
Well, I will. How long have we got? I look forward to it. I've worked with him once before, and after the nightmares went away, we were fine. No, he's fine. He's fine.
Karen Dale leading off.
He knows I'm only being serious.
I have to turn my scorecard there.
Yeah, me too. I didn't.
Bring in the comedy. Lee, ground ball. Shortstop is Belinda White and fires it across for the first out. So Dale, a ground out. We'll bring up Steph Gall, and
first pitch.
It's Walkerville 1 up and 1 down, and with the time left remaining in this game, they'd either want a super quick inning here or they want to do the damage, perhaps again with 2 out, Lee.
Yeah. But
all right, with about 10 minutes to go, we can start talking CMAX clinical performance. Who's been the standout for you in this game?
Well, you mentioned
today?
Tash Straps. Belle White has been fantastic. Elisa Peters has been really impressive at third.
2 RBIs with her last at-bat as well.
Yep.
Erin Reid's had 2 hits.
Sophie King's had 2 hits. Her last hit was a triple.
Plenty in contention. Who's been your standout?
Tash
Straps, 3 for 3?
Yeah.
3 RBIs?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Well, still got 10 minutes to go, so you never know. Steph Gall's gone to a 3-0 count.
See, contrary to what you said about making the quick innings here, I'd go, if I walk it, I'm just taking the time here. Just bat the time, and then if you go past the time, well, you know, the game's over in any case, but you don't allow Sturt to bat a game.
Adams comes in to get that one there. It was a little confusion on who was going to field that, but Ruby Fidge backs out at the last moment. Before she causes an accident, and Adams was free to make that play. So we've had a ground out to short, a ground out to third so far in this inning.
But the both third base players have been super impressive today.
2 out. Batters 7, 8, 9 to come for Walkerville. Lisa Yanchik is the hitter in the box.
This is when I just slowed it down just so that...
Make sure it's the last inning.
Yeah, either way. You slow it down, you're there long enough, you might pinch the run that you need. But if you don't, and you get out of there and there's 2 minutes to go before we call time, Sturt will get another hit. And Sturt with another hit can score 2 or 3.
Just jammed a little, it's popped up, and Sarah Tonkin will take a comfortable catch to go 1, 2, 3 in that inning. And, well, we've finished the top half, so we're in the middle of the 6th. If Walkerville hustle out and they get through this warm-up reasonably quickly, there is time, but will Sturt play this professionally? They'll take their time. They'll see some pitches. Five to 3. They've got some insurance. Are they going to take any warm-up pitches? No warm-up pitches, no. So that's interesting. You might see Falcons hitter see a couple of pitches. What are you doing here, Lee? You going to call timeout, put in a pinch hitter maybe?
No, just bat sensibly. get your money's worth.
Ruby Fidge had a hit her last time up to bat. Goes first pitch. Long ball out. Steph Gall with a great catch.
My goodness, that's a terrific effort.
She put it on the line. She dove out to her left. Let's have a look at the CMAX clinical replay. Tracks it back, takes a great catch.
Yep.
One pitch, one swing, one out. Indigo back to Silver now.
Erin Stone is just redefining her position because Indy went up the middle hard last time. She batted.
They're cautious, the Walkerville infield, but they're not really in a bunt defence position.
No.
Perhaps the pivots are in a little closer. Well, Bector Silver has decided to take a couple of pitches.
Yeah.
There's Steph Gall. What a great catch she just took.
Seen some beauties today, haven't we? Alicia Peters taking a couple of ripping line drives.
Just
What she's
missing
doing.
the edge.
She's just doing anything that sits there. I'm swinging, she's saying.
2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th. It's 5-3 in favour of the batting team. Fouls that one off. So either way, Falcons will have the last bat. They're the home team, the third base team for this game. We may have crossed that threshold of 85 minutes. With 1 out as well, you'd think this would be it.
Yep.
Good pitch from Yankovic for a strikeout against Bector Silva. That's just her 2nd strikeout of the game, and I think she's pitched pretty well.
Yeah, she certainly has.
Back to the top of the order, and Sarah Tonkin. Quiet day for Sarah. She's
By her standards,
generally
for sure.
a guaranteed hit per game.
Up the middle hitter with power.
4th time up to bat for Tonkin. Two outs. That one catches the outside edge for a strike. I think Tonkin is normally quite aggressive early in the county league.
Yeah.
Can see out in the left field fence the Glenelg battery warming up. Change of pace. Tonkin's hands are back, and there she is for her first hit of the game.
Player Sarah, isn't she?
Single out to left field. Timeout called. We're going to see a catch a speed up runner. Abby Kennedy is going to come in to run for Tonkin. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Abby Kennedy's first A-grade appearance?
Yeah, it's first time I've seen it. I don't know whether she played in the first game of the year, but I'm not sure of that.
Rachel Tonkin now up to bat. As time definitely ticking away for the Cats here. They were brave. They put 3 on in the 5th inning to make a game of it. All runs in this game have been scored with 2 outs. Tonkin, ground ball out to Peters. She's been impressive. Fires it across for the 3rd out, and just waiting on the plate umpire. There it is. Game has been called. So Sturt Falcons will be the winners. Let's have a look at the CMAX clinical research replay. Peters, familiar sight. She had a handful of plays over at third base.
I'm just counting them.
And Sturt Falcons will run out winners 5-3. First game of a triple header. So stay right there. There'll be another game coming up at 4 o'clock, and then rounding out the third game of a triple header coming at 6 o'clock tonight. So 8 plays, Lee.
Third base, yeah.
Yep, you've got a mic, you can use it.
Yeah, the shyness crept in.
All right, so let's one more time go over the CMAX clinical performance for the game.
We said
Test traps.
Test
Yeah,
traps.
test traps. 3 for 3, 3 RBIs.
Special mention to Alicia Peters.
Alicia Peters,
8 plays at third tells you something.
And a couple of RBIs herself. So there you go. So that is game 1 of a triple header today. Don't go too far away. We'll be right back at 4 o'clock. The Falcons winners over the Cats in game 1.